attention on me.
Lois Lane. Welcome to Comics League Dark. I am Jared. I love that intro so much. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Tevia? And we have a packed show today. First off, I got Teladia Plays. What's up, brother?
What's up? What a busy week and brightest day and brightest night. No evil shall
Wait.
escape.
It's brightest day and blackest night.
No evil shall escape my son.
Okay. What's up, JJheat?
Flame on. How's everybody doing tonight?
And what's up, old man Nick?
I'm Batman.
Yes, exactly. And we are joined once again by Max. What's up, dude?
Hey, thanks for hosting tonight. I'm just waking up.
Oh,
my man.
Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Tevia? So today we have a packed show in terms of great topics for you all today. So let's get started. Oh boy. So the topics that we have are X-Men Episode 5, the rumors of a Superman game, Max's current troubles, and by Max I mean HBO Max, and we're going to do a Q&A.
I was like, what am I airing my dirty laundry?
Max is like, do I need to head for the hills?
Yeah, exactly. So what do you guys want to talk about first?
Let's go ahead and get the X-Men. Let's go ahead and get the X-Men episode out the way, because
apparently JJheat has a rant built up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Max, did you watch the X-Men episode?
No, but it's all right. Go ahead, spoil it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So first
Spoilers
off,
for the chat though, yeah.
Spoilers for this episode.
Yes, spoilers.
In this land be spoilers.
So, you know what's kind of funny about this episode to start off? This had like a crop ton of Ethan Van Sciver stuff in it. Like a lot of those characters, those side characters, I think his name is like, who's the one that's like a skeleton inside goo?
I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember the name right now.
Who is the pixie character? Who's the pixie character they seem to feature a lot?
That's Megan Gwent. Her name is Pixie, and she's actually been on the X-Men team for pretty much. Yeah, they're doing Grant Morrison's new X-Men because guess what? They did the first arc from Grant Morrison's X-Men with the Super Sentinel showing up and wiping out Genosha. Wow. Yeah. Now, before I quiz the panel on their thoughts, I want to bring up this cool little piece of trivia I found out. So Bo DeMayo was commenting on it, and he said that he wanted the first 4 episodes to feel like the pre-9/11 world where everyone was kind of optimistic, everything's going to be okay and stuff. Then 9/11 hits because this is kind of the mutants' version of 9/11. So this happens, and then it's like, oh, no one's safe, particularly with that death. But I'll start with I'll let JJheat do.
Let the Heat man go. Let the Heat man
I
go.
just want to say before we start, this episode was quite the gambit.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Too soon, Nick.
Too soon.
Heat man, away you go.
Heat man.
Okay.
Wait. First, here's JJheat when he watches the episode.
You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't hear you laughing now! Whoa! Enough.
I'll let you have that because it's your show, Jared.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Now, with that being said, I can understand what the showrunners were going for, that they didn't want to bait the Logan versus Scott over Gene for the billionth time.
Thank you.
Even though Gene's reaction to the whole clone saga, pun intended, was... Hey,
gosh. So, let me put it this way, JJheat, it was just one more day, dude.
Jared, can you give him a why did you say that name?
No. You would think it was just another one moment in time.
Can we please stop talking about these past sins?
Counter. Okay. All right. Let me just drop all the pretenses. the whole Rogue Magneto. First of all, let me just go ahead and explain this right now in the comments. It's very sleazy, very inappropriate, and it pretty much puts you in the mind of Judas Contract. Let me say that first and foremost.
As a Teen Titans fan, I'm interested.
Keep going.
I'll say it in the private chat because I'm not going to risk Jared getting demonetized.
Thank you.
But with that being said, this is a subplot you could have condensed in 3 episodes. This does not need to be dragged out for 5.
Okay.
Really?
Because all this boils down to, spoilers ahead, mind you, if you haven't seen the episode, leave now. All this boils down to is Magneto martyring and using the memory of Xavier to garner some goodwill, steer public opinion, build up Genosha, and then have Rouge, his former protege, as his queen for public relations.
Rogue. No one says Rouge.
Rogue.
So what?
Wait. He had a Nick old man moment right there.
What if her powers like super that she can make people blush at any moment?
What?
You said rouge. It's the makeup it's the red makeup women wear.
It's also the French word for red, dude. Magneto looks like great goodness.
I was trying to avoid that Kingdom Nerds. I was trying to avoid.
Oh, jeez, Crucifer, that is great. I love that.
Come on,
give Granny Magneto a kiss.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Dave says Wolverine is an ensemble character like he should be, and I'm glad they're giving other characters spotlight. There was literally a show called Wolverine and the X-Men, which was not bad, by the way. Nolan North played Cyclops, and I have met Nolan North, so there you go. Right?
Wow, you have been Nolan.
You just got Nolan. So
wait, we're making this a thing now.
I guess we're in uncharted water. I guess you could say we're in uncharted waters.
Yeah.
But
continuing on. So
as I was saying,
go ahead.
To give you the basic Clip Notes version, this is when Rogue and Mystique briefly teamed up after she ran away from home and tested her powers. She somehow stumbles upon Magneto because, again, we're going off Grant Morrison's run. And something happens between them, mostly involving how, because of Magneto's power set, Rogue, excuse me, I almost said it again. Rogue can actually have physical contact with someone without siphoning their powers or injuring them a great deal.
Magnetism, which ironically, by the way, was cited as the reason why Gwen Stacy slept with Norman Osborn. It was his animal magnetism.
So, Jared, I guess you could say there was a spark between Rogue and Magneto.
Yes. Oh, by the way, in JJheat, you forgot a very important event. She took out Carol Danvers.
Wait, oh yeah,
arguably one of her greatest accomplishments.
Which, by the way, that is actually canon to X-Men '97.
Yes, it is. They show because if the first show is canon, they have a flashback on Rogue's origin.
Hey, Jared, how would you feel if they had Ms. Marvel show up, voiced by Brie Larson?
I would be pissed. That's how I would.
But
feel.
Tevia, respond to your question. Respond to your comment. Did she really break up? To answer your comment, Tevia. Did she break off with Magneto, or did she find out what Magneto was planning and crawl back to Gambit to save face?
Either way, but
with that being said, I do appreciate how they just didn't do the Scott versus Wolverine again. So let me say that. And I've always
with Emma. That's why.
Even so, I just didn't like this subplot. It went on way too long. And this could have been done in 3. First of all, you're basically doing a Judas Contract comparison with I'll put this in the private chat.
Thank you.
And what's up, Isaac? Keep going, JJheat. Keep going.
Hold on.
Oh my God, he's writing a freaking novel.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude?
No, I'm not. So you're already
get the frick out of here.
What's up, Antonio?
Get the frick out of here.
Yes, thank you for putting it in there. Oh, Brit's here, so we gotta play Brit's intro.
He's back.
Yeah, Gambit, bro.
Dave has the comment of the night so far.
Yeah, he does.
Everyone would like to have a flashback of Rogue training Carol, but yes, exactly. Yes. So,
but where was I? I'm losing my train of thought.
Yeah.
So basically, and this is another highlight of the episode. Gambit does not act like a simp and just take Rogue back.
You
So
almost said Rouge. This is so hard for him.
His Louisiana is coming out.
This is his Comics League moment. Just saying.
He's got a Comics League moment now.
Rogue.
It is
Rogue.
now in the lore. It's now
It's now in the lore.
I'm just gonna let y'all have your fun, but make it a long story short.
Fun at your expense.
Basically, despite needless to say, Rogue has a moment of weakness, crawls back to Gambit. Gambit is sick of her crap at this point. I'm keeping this PG.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after the breakup, the Super Sentinel attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're also hopping over that. Also, Jared, your favorite lady came in.
Yeah, I know. It's Emma Frost, and I was first off, this episode it gets a bonus because it included Jennifer. Actually, included 2 Jennifer Hale, so it gets an extra 4 points.
Double hailstorm.
And then an actual extra 5 points for having Emma Frost in it.
So what's the rating of this? Like 15?
See, 10, 4, 19.
19 out of 10.
Oh dear God! Oh dear God! This, just like Dragon Ball Z, these ratings are meaningless.
Unlimited power. I went Super Saiyan with my ratings, you could say.
It's time to go Super Saiyan.
There's also the other thing we need to talk about, which is the psychic affair that Madeline Pryor.
I know it's not. They kind of did the Emma Frost thing, so I was like, I think Emma Frost is no. Because Tevia, if you remember what happened in the Grant Morrison issue, what happened with Emma Frost is that this is when she discovered she can turn into Diamond and become indestructible. Because what happens is after Genosha, the X-Men show up in the X-Jet. They're checking for survivors. She is the only one because this is where they introduced the secondary mutations and they turned it. And some people have 2 powers. There's no way they're going to kill off Emma Frost, particularly when Scott's now newly single.
Also, did you notice that? Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think Scott's going to get. I think Scott and Madeline are because he got a kid with her. Also, You notice how as soon as Madeline freaked out. Emma first Madeline knew exactly what's happening. I think she was peeking. on what was happening.
They're gonna put Scott with Emma. They're not gonna put Scott with Madeline Pryor. By the way, fun fact: isn't it kind of cool? So Cable shows up before. He's like, "You gotta stop! You gotta stop! It's all going down." And voiced by the original voice actor for Cable.
That's cool.
And I'm like, Cable, and just that interaction where they're like, he's like, Mom, and he gets pulled back. He's like, you made it.
I heard the theme in the background. I can't recite it now because I don't want to risk us getting copyright strike.
Hey, Ruthie.
Oh,
what's up,
Yeah,
Ruth?
the whole gang's together.
Hey,
But,
but,
jeez. And how about how about seeing Nightcrawler?
Again,
that was a surprise.
This was a good episode to be had, even though Nightcrawler's only real dialogue was like, "Hey, love is what matters. Forgive her, make it work." And I'm like, Nightcrawler. Come on, I get that Nightcrawler supports everyone. He's a devout Christian in the X-Men animated series. But I think if he knew the context of what was really going on in Gambit's mind, he wouldn't have said that, at least not right away. That didn't feel like an immediate response in my mind.
Yeah.
But that's just me nitpicking. But make it a long story short, because I keep going on these tangents. I don't know why. But make it a long story short, this is definitely the highlight so far because episode 4 was abysmal. Granted, let me say this. Granted, it is the original voice actress for Jubilee got a few lines in. That was the highlight of the episode for me. However, you crammed the first half or at least an adaptation of Life Death into it. Like either commit to a full filler episode with Jubilee or just make it the subplot and just connect the two together. Don't give me two brokered 12-minute segments.
Yeah, that last one was kind of stupid, honestly.
The show is moving way faster than I thought. Morrison's new X-Men already. I hope they bring in all the students. It has potential.
They really are speed-running plot lines. Because, like, for example, the Inferno. Also, just throwing in Adversary, which Adversary is another, like, season-long villain. They're literally speed-running all, like, the big stuff. And
here's the thing, though, Nick. How many episodes are in the season?
10.
how many X-Men characters can conceivably just be done that quickly? Not a
Not
lot.
to mention episode 7 through 10 will be the 3-part finale for the season.
Like,
so you really
here's the thing. Inferno could have been 10 episodes. Adversary could have been 10 episodes. The plot that they really want to do, which is the politics of mutants, that could be 10 episodes. Adversary can be 10 episodes. They're doing stuff that needs to be multi-parters in like 1, maybe 2 episodes. Like the Mojo stuff, that is like 3 episodes worth of content, maybe even 4.
I'd argue right at 4.
Wait. Did it get more than 1 episode in the original series?
Mojo got 5 issues, if I remember correctly.
Did he?
The Phoenix Saga got an entire season.
Well, that's because it's the Phoenix Saga. You can't can't condense down. They tried
No.
it.
Yeah,
They tried it.
The Goblin Queen stuff, that is enough drama.
At least a 2-parter.
Oh, you mean the Sailor Moon episode?
Oh, wait, what?
I brought that up because Nick made this great edit of the Sailor Moon music to the Madeline Pryor transformation. It was so good.
Yeah.
Episode 4 was the weakest. Yeah, it was the weakest. I would say episode 5 though is the best. Well, actually, no. Episode 1 is the best. Episode 1. Episode 1.
5, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 4 is the weakest because they split into 2, and really only the second half was actually interesting. Even then, characters kind of act like Forge was acting out of character, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, you're a goddess, and I'm like, isn't this? Didn't you just meet her?
And Morph is kind of laying it on a little thick. Like, get it? Morph does tend to twist a knife, especially after he gets tortured by Mr. Sinister. But Morph wouldn't just go out of his way to just troll somebody. He'd throw a jab, but he wouldn't troll someone at their expense.
By the way, they did release a trailer for the rest of the season, and Sinister makes a return, so they're probably bringing him back. And this is the other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up. Captain America is showing up.
What?
In the trailer for X-Men 97, they did like a trailer for like the rest of the season. The Shield comes into view.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man shows up. I honestly,
you're definitely getting a cameo episode with Spider-Man 98. You're definitely getting
because remember, we did have the Daily Bugle paper show up.
And the plot could be that he's trying to find MJ and he goes to the X-Men for help.
Well, but you got to realize Spider-Man 94 and X-Men 97 are in the same universe.
No, I know. That's why I said MJ is lost right at the end of Spider-Man. So he goes to the X-Men for like help. Do you have any way of finding her? Can you use Cerebro?
Yeah. Also, the other thing to note is Captain America did show up in Spider-Man 94, so I wonder if he'd be voiced by the same voice actor.
We'll see.
We'll see.
And they're not doing Onslaught.
No, Onslaught, way too much setup. You can no. Onslaught is a multi-season epic. You cannot condense.
That's like saying they're doing Age of Apocalypse. No.
Let me tell you how they first teased Onslaught. So all of a sudden, the Juggernaut from out in the sky, from hundreds of miles away, lands into the X-Mansion's lawn. He says Onslaught is coming. They literally don't talk about it for a full year, and then they go into the storyline.
There's a little bit more to that story. Do you know how it happened from an editorial standpoint? You'll love this.
Oh.
So I believe Scott Lobdell was the writer, correct?
Yes, he was on.
So he was in the Marvel editorial office, and they wanted to do something with Juggernaut, if I remember correctly. They're like, who could take out Juggernaut? And then it's kind of funny is that then Scott Lobdell was like, Onslaught can do it, and they're like, who's Onslaught?
And he had to make up something on the
thing.
spot.
Yeah, they made it right there on the spot. But yeah, okay, no problem, Max. But so the thing is like, where do they go from here? And I will say, here's the thing: the thing I didn't expect them to do is kill Gambit, and I'm thinking, now this could go really good. Wait.
Oh, they're gonna bring in the
Nick. They could go. This could go really good for us. Or this could go into the Krakoa for us because
roll the clip.
I'm not rolling that.
I don't think they're doing Krakoa. I don't think they're doing that.
Well, I would agree with you, Nick, because they literally just blew up the other mutant island, so why would they do it again? But still, it's like, but how poetic is it that Gambit saves the Morlocks? And for those that don't know the comics, it's because of Gambit in the comics that the Morlocks are taken out. I believe, if I'm remembering that storyline correctly.
In the original comic, yes, it was the Morlocks who were taken out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so it's kind of poetic that Gambit saves them. We hear the I'm sorry, that is the awesome thing. Question: do you they're not going to use time travel, Tavia? I would be, because here's the thing: they played up that death so much that feels permanent. That really feels like they're going to permanently keep Gambit dead.
We'll see.
Comics have, I mean, Death of Superman. I mean, Death of Superman got an even more grandiose death than Gambit. They still brought him back. Remember, no one stays dead in comics except Uncle Ben.
Well, no, actually, he came back in Spider-Verse. He was the Spider-Man on his own, so technically he's come back to life too. What do you want to say, Teladia?
I think Magneto's death is also permanent too. I really think that as well, because even though he's about magnetism, like, you know, use magnets and whatnot, I think that is permanent too, because he had, you know, people around him. Like, there's no way he'd survive that, especially that kind of blast.
No, I think he's dead. Plus, the Sentinel said Omega level threat eliminated. And Tevia, I have 2 words for you: Go Spider. Moving on. So I think he's dead. Which actually, what's kind of interesting, if he's dead, that's a cool like redemption arc for Magneto, coming from like the villain trying to like save all mutants, and he gave his life protecting one. And then Dave said,
I mean, what you could have is you could have latent psychic energy from both Magneto and Charles Xavier enter Magneto's body, and then he becomes Onslaught.
He's pulling an X-Men 3.
No,
that's the level. By Nick, do you know the story of Red Onslaught?
Oh dear God, please tell me.
So what happened was, and this is after the death of Charles Xavier, after Avengers versus X-Men. So what the Red Skull does, he decides he wants psychic powers. So he cuts Professor X's brain out of his head and puts it on top of his own brain, and he transforms into Red Onslaught.
What were the creators smoking? Because I want some.
I know, right?
They're so demonetized.
Bergen doesn't count. No, that counts. They call her Gwen Stacy. That counts, Tavia.
Well, it's multiverse. It's variant. Like, the actual Gwen Stacy is dead. Her by the way, whatever happened to the children? Did they like?
I think
they were shelved and never seen again.
I think they like died, if I remember correctly, because they were still like. I think they were like experimented on. They were like degrading in that storyline, which will not be named. Oh, by the way, I made a great joke. So when I was watching Across the Spider-Verse, and Gwen said, in every universe, Spider-Man falls in love with Peter Parker, and I go, in every universe, she also just falls.
Get the frick out of here.
Also, the twist could be Magneto staged the attack on Genosha to gain more sympathy for mutants. The attack by the execution at the UN too.
That's getting into some false flag BS that I don't think Disney wants to open that can of worms.
Plus, that is not consistent with Magneto's character. There's no way, because here's the thing about Magneto: he would not create a situation where innocent mutants are killed. I would be very pissed if that happened. And it looks like they're keeping it. It looks like these characters are at least acting mostly in character. So I wouldn't like. I'm not going with that.
Mostly in character.
Yeah. So I'm going to go around the panel, and then we'll talk about, like, in terms of, like, how we rate this episode out of 10. Me, I rate it as a 9 out of 10. Because it's an epic action scene. It shows up, like, suddenly. You get, like, tons of cameos, so you have to, like, pay attention.
Is that before bonuses?
That's before bonuses. Actually, no, wait. So let me. I have to recalculate this because of the bonuses. So yeah, 19 out of 10. Because
an extra 10 points just on the count.
Yeah, I have to because it had epic action. I liked all the cameos. It had my Lady Emma Frost. It had Jean Grey twice, and it put Jean Grey away from I almost said Scott Snyder, away from Scott Summers. So I'm good there.
Imagine if they brought in Ms. Marvel, but she was voiced by Laura Bailey.
Yes. But anyway,
that would be a 10 out of 10 episode for me.
Yeah, exactly. No, that would be a 19 out of 10 for you, Nick. So, Teladia, how do you rate this episode out of 10, dude?
For me, it's a straight 9.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Because I felt the story. I was engaged in the story, and I definitely was like, I'm just like, yes, I like it. And the fact that the kind of romance problem between Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit, that type of thing. Great to see Nightcrawler, one of my favorite X-Men, besides Wolverine. And I also like the fact that we got to see Genosha for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like this,
and last time.
And the last time, yes. So that was cool. But yeah, I just think it's 9.5 out of 10. I can't wait for the next episode because I'm really excited to react to that.
Before I go to JJheat, he put in the private chat, who's more toxic, Lois Lane or Jean Grey? The answer is always Lois. The answer is always Lois.
Okay, I want to put a differentiator. I think Madeline Pryor is just doing the best she can. I think regular Jean Grey is toxic. But Madeline Pryor, I think she's just more of an acting, more like a decent enough person. Like I don't really
but no one's more toxic than Lois Lane, and that's why she belongs with either General Zod or Lex Luthor.
Lane?
Yeah, that's what we call her on the show, Lois Lane. There you go.
There we go.
By the way,
okay. No. Who is more toxic? Comic book Captain Marvel or Lois Lane?
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Always Lois Lane.
That's a close
Always
one.
Lois Lane. So JJheat, how do you rate this episode out of 10?
For me, I'd give it an 8 only because of the subtext of what's going on leading up to it. But if I saw episode 5 as on its own, I'd bump it up to a 9.
That's good. I appreciate that.
I'd be fair.
Old man Nick.
All right, so I give this an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not terrible by any means. I feel like the battle is a bit chaotic and somewhat difficult to follow.
That's big battles normally are, but okay.
I heavily disagree, and we can debate that sometime. But I thought it was fine. The relationship drama I thought was a bit corny.
That's X-Men.
But overall, even by X-Men standards, this was a little bit too Days of Our Lives-y. So, yeah, like not terrible by any means, but could be better.
Yeah, okay, that works. So moving on to our next topic, so we have either the Superman game, HBO Max having issues.
Max, let's talk about Max.
All right.
Yeah. So, by the way, not the Max.
What are you airing about me? What is going on here?
I'm putting.
We're canceling you on your own channel.
Max. We're canceling. We came on just to cancel. So there's a rumor going around that the subscriber numbers for Max were so low that WB is considering shunting the project. Now, the thing is, Randy, thank you. Nick, you should really read Golden Age Superman comics to see how toxic Lois Lane is.
You know, yeah. I should really have a Patreon tier to where if you get some money, I'll read it and review it on stream or whatever.
Then we're all going to write One More Day and Sins Past in there multiple times. So you always
give me money, I'll read. You give me enough money, I'll read Avengers 200.
No, that has to be for Nick's. But anyway, so here's my thing. Let's say this is true. I always treat this until it's true, unless otherwise proven. If this happens, what happens to all the DC content on Max? And what happens to the future DC plans, that stuff that was gonna go on Max? Also with Teladia.
Okay.
It's for me. It's like it's very concerning considering you got the Penguin literally coming out end of this year, beginning of next year, whenever it's coming out, and it's like I think if they shut down, where's the Penguin gonna go?
There's tons of other streaming services that would love to have it.
There you go. Including one that starts with an N. It's almost like we've been calling for that.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see.
So
it
you
on
mean they
Netflix.
sell the Snyderverse to Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would like to see the Penguin move over to Netflix anyway, because I mean, if you don't know, Joker's also on Netflix now, apparently.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So-
By the way, that trailer looks good.
So if Joker's on Netflix, there's always a plenty of opportunity for what's it called, the Penguin to be there. But if
Mhm.
if HBO Max is shutting down,
If again,
Big if.
this is just rumor, so I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying if in the event as a thought experiment. So likely what'll happen is they'll start like auctioning off their like most profitable stuff. Like all the DC stuff will go somewhere.
Mhm.
As Tevia brought up, get Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon will go somewhere. Isaac says, I hate the Warner Brothers changed the name to Max. Yeah, because here's the thing. Their justification for changing the name was HBO is like synonymous with like only mature content. The problem with that is that HBO is synonymous with also quality entertainment. So it didn't work. Nick, I'll ask you. So what do you think about all this?
I mean, it's not really surprising given how things are. I mean, Max has good content. Don't get me wrong.
Thank you.
But like,
I appreciate it.
all right, I respect that. I respect that. That was very well done, sir.
What's up, Jacob?
But the thing is, I'm sorry, you got me off my track, brother. Thank you. But anyway, but no, this YouTube channel has really good content, but still is a streaming service. And as we've kind of seen, Zaslav, he's been selling off licensing like Man of Steel, a lot of the other DC stuff, to other stuff. So that to me is kind of a precursor. I mean, like obviously, Warner Brothers has stuff that other people will want, because like for like Game of Thrones alone, that's going to be a multi-million-dollar deal. Like someone will get the rights to both House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, like Netflix. You know what I'm saying? They will pay like $10-20 million just for the right to have Game of Thrones alone. And then the DC stuff. So like I really see stuff just kind of spreading it on the service. Like let's say Game of Thrones will go to Apple Plus, and then DC stuff goes to Netflix. I think it'll just kind of spread out like that.
Yeah, that could happen. It's again, it's not like it will. I'm not like, I'm not advocating for that. HBO Max is not HBO is not. Well, we're not saying HBO is shutting down. The only reason why I put HBO here is so people coming into the stream didn't think Max was shutting down. I had to put like a distinction in here.
Yeah,
So
we don't want to confuse
I
Max
am shutting down.
Yeah.
What do you mean shutting down?
So speaking of him, so Max, what do you
I love you guys, but I gotta be real. I think this is a complete BS. I'm not saying you're saying it's 100% true.
No,
but
not.
you're saying it's a rumor, but I think this is total fake news.
Probably.
I think Max is doing well. It's not like it's not like Netflix levels, but I think it's doing well right now. Since I also didn't like the name change, but I think they've done pretty good since they merged together and got rid of stuff like, even though I was upset they didn't release some movies like Wile E. Coyote and Batgirl, I think they're actually doing better. The movies are actually doing really good without DC. Unfortunately, DC is what we love, but they've done really good this year with Dune, Barbie, Wonka,
the upcoming Monopoly movie.
They were always going to be at a. Keep in mind, even though they were still always going to be at some loss, no matter what they did. Honestly, from where they were.
Yeah, especially with the brand expectation with HBO in of itself, the merger with Warner Brothers, and just the relative downgrade they've been the past 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, but it's unlikely because Zaslav is contemplating another merger or just to sell the company off again altogether, and trying to restructure Max and all the licensing with all this content is just too much of a hassle this late in the game.
Yeah.
Zaslav did say that everything's for sale, so I wouldn't put him past selling, but actually shuttering Max, I don't think it's possible.
Well, the
Very
thing is,
I would be shocked if I saw that happen.
well, we've had this discussion before, but I think there's only two people who would realistically buy Warner Brothers: Universal and Apple. Amazon's not going to buy it because antitrust, because they already own MGM. Disney's not going to buy it because if Disney buys it, they'll be forced to sell off DC because the FTC is not going to allow Disney to own both major comic companies. That is a monopoly. Like they can't spin that. So Disney is not going to buy it. Paramount might, like Paramount, CBS Paramount. I just don't think they're in a position to. Universal has Comcast money, plus all the Universal properties, plus Universal Parks. Like I think Universal would be the best fit for Warner Brothers. Apple could buy it because Apple's been silently killing it with Apple Plus. Like Apple Plus content's actually really good.
Yes, dude.
And I could see them. I could see them wanting to buy Warner Brothers. Plus, they have the money; they could very easily buy Warner Brothers. So and plus having access to all those IPs. Like if Apple really wanted to make a big push, Warner Brothers would be the studio they buy. Like that would put Apple in the same league as Amazon.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see Apple take Warner Brothers. Very interesting to see what type of IPs they could double the money, basically.
All of a sudden, all the Bat computers are Apple computers.
I think, but I would prefer if Universal took it, just because of the parks, and also I feel like the Universal IPs were Fast and the Furious, X Justice League. Anybody?
Hell yeah, hell yes. So you could have a Bat family movie hanging out with the Torettos. So Batman and Toretto can go. It's all about family.
I just want to see Dominic Toretto drag race the Batmobile.
Yes, and it's the Affleck Batmobile.
By the way, that's how they announce it. That's literally how they announce it. Is they have Vin Diesel and Robert Pattinson that have a drag race, and
it has to be Affleck. And watch, Toretto actually wins, and he wins the Batmobile. Imagine he rolls into a drag race with the Affleck Batmobile or the Patterson Batmobile.
No, even better. It's you got my car. What do you can do now? I'm gonna get drive through.
Yes, Tavia. Zaslav did cancel. Kodiak me.
Yeah. I want Universal. First off, I want Universal to buy it for one reason: theme park. I want a DC theme park.
Well, it would probably be a land. Imagine a Gotham. It would probably. I've said about this in other streams, but imagine a dual Gotham and Metropolis theme park. Gotham is night, Metropolis is day. It's split into two, and then Teladia, go ahead.
Is there a DC theme park in Universal? Because there's a Harry Potter one. I know there's a Harry
Potter
one.
There's Six Flags. Six Flags has some DC content.
It's gonna be kind of awkward. Doesn't Universal have a Hulk ride?
Well, okay. Here's the thing: the rights to I think on the East Coast, it's either Six Flags has the Marvel license, so that's why Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and Avengers Campus is only on the California side. I believe that's how the rights go.
The DC World next to Super Nintendo World.
Did you hear the rumor that how they shut down the Poseidon land, the Lost Empire world in the Islands Adventure? There's rumors they're going to turn it into Legend of Zelda.
Ooh.
I mean, it's not that hard of a conversion, with the rocks and whatnot. It wouldn't be too hard to convert it.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. So I think we've talked enough about this topic. So let's go on to Superman.
Transition.
If Universal builds a Pokemon land, they will own all the money.
Yes, they will. So actually, Teladia, do you want to give us the down low on this little story right here?
Yes. By the way, guys, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it as facts. Don't take it. It's a rumor, right? So this rumor is coming from Just DC guy at DCEU Leaks. He says we are ready. We are giving information a little earlier. We have confirmed with our source that WB Games Montreal is developing a Superman game. We have seen an early model of a Superman flying over a city. We're assuming Metropolis and models of alien creatures and robots. We still don't know where it's located, whether it's in Gotham Knights universe or a new universe, or it could be in the DCU. Recall that James Gunn said in January 2023 that there would be also games set in the DCU. The game is expected to release in 2026-2027, open world Metropolis with Superman as the only playable character and protagonist. Sorry if I.
Okay, first question: is the leaker reliable? Like, do they have a proven track record? That's my first question.
I don't know. That's the thing. That's something I don't know because this was sent to me by this was sent to me by somebody that is a leaker himself, and he DM'd me and he was like, "Dude, you might want to look into this."
Yeah, did the leaker who sent you this? Is he a reliable leaker?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
If still a dual cell says something, I'll take it more into consideration. But just some random person, I'm like,
no, it's somebody that he's the person that sent me this actually leaked Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad before the game was even announced.
All right, well, if you vouch for him, then I'll put some more stock into it.
So that's actually kind of cool. But the thing is like, I believe, because I saw the same post that you posted in the Comics League chat, but it's like, it's not sure that if it's going to be part of the DCU, right?
Yeah.
You see, here's the thing. I thought the Arkhamverse was part of the DCU, or did James Gunn change his mind again?
No, he never said it was part of the Arkhamverse. No. He never said the Arkhamverse was part of the DCU.
All right.
And by the way, Dave has a great idea. Imagine an attraction where you actually catch Pokemon by throwing balls at animatronics, and you keep them digitally to transfer to games and battles and other parkours in VR.
Oh, like a real life Pokemon Go kind of thing.
Yeah. So anyway, Now that's cool. I've long said that someone has to come out with a Superman game at this point, because already come in with a Wonder Woman game. We've had enough Batman games. As much as I love the Arkham games, shameless plug for my Arkham Knight streams. But
Pancake.
Yeah, you should talk, Master. I can't hit anything in Borderlands.
Hey! At least I don't run into. At least I don't hit every other wall. At least when I'm driving, I don't hit every other wall when I'm playing.
You try driving the Batmobile, sir. You try driving the Batmobile.
I do. After the stream, I literally played the game on my Switch, and I had no problems.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. But
this is getting ugly fast
right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is getting ugly really fast.
We'll see. Okay. And Dave, it's WB Games Montreal. So they did Gotham Knights and they did Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
So they have
really skeptical after Gotham Knights. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, mixed track record. But here's the thing.
You still got to do a review.
Hey, I don't care. I got to review the game and the show. It don't matter to me.
And correction.
From what I understand,
wait. He has to watch the show. We don't. We have to watch him.
So I literally did a whole stream where I watched the first 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Nick, what were you saying?
So what I understand, Arkham Origins isn't really a terrible game. It's just meh.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it's not bad. It's fun. It's actually really fun. Honestly, in my opinion, it's super underrated. Like, ridiculously underrated in terms of a game, and it actually has a pretty decent story. I think people had problems with it not being like Conroy and not being like a sequel and stuff. I forget exactly what people's issues with it. Dave says must be a mediocre tie-in for Legacy. Maybe. I don't know, because you know how often JG changes his mind a lot.
Oh, jeez.
After a huge fiasco that was the Suicide Squad game, WB Games should face that they have no idea how to make a superhero game.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about the DLC. We knew Joker was going to be relatively mid going in, right? Can we all acknowledge that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Depending on how bad this flops, the remaining seasons, I could argue, get canceled, and we just nope, you're done. Your shelf life is cut in half.
I'll tell you what. Actually, you know what, Teladia, go ahead while I go through the comments.
So, from like me speaking to Miller, they're not gonna cancel any of the DLC. They're gonna do up to season 5, right?
Okay.
For what?
Well, that's a current plan anyway. Plans can change.
No, we know that.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let Teladia finish.
So their plan is just to have like the five seasons, and then that's it. That's because they have that 1 year support. That is Rocksteady's forte of things, because they know that Joker flopped. They know that the game flopped. So that's why they're doing the seasons and whatnot, because they need to have that 1 year. Otherwise, if they cancel it now, what are they gonna? What is DC?
Well, here's the thing. Like I fully believe that is their current plan. But if the numbers are so low where it's costing them way more money than to keep it going than to do the seasons, Warner Bros. Will pull the plug. Like that is a fact. So I have no doubt that's their current plan. But if it does bad enough, they will cut their losses.
Yeah.
I mean, David Zaslav has a thirsty ass.
Yeah, we got it. Question: do you think this Superman game will not be it'll be a live service game, Tavio? The only one that probably won't be a live service is Wonder Woman. But let me put it this way: Wonder Woman has to do like
gangbusters.
Practically, it has to do like Hogwarts Legacy numbers in order for them to decide, let's not go live service with these games anymore.
Yeah, they'll look at Wonder Woman and they'll be like, okay, yeah, this is the way to go forward. This is the pattern to go for, because like the way I see it is, if this Superman game rumor is true, and it is being made, then it could be imminent before they announce it. It could be end of this year. It could be next year, but it'll be sometime soon that WB Games Montreal will announce their game. As in terms of Monolith's Wonder Woman game, they'll probably show up at Summer Game Fest. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, we need to see more about Wonder Woman.
I was about to say they have to show up. They have to give us something, because so far I've said this many times. It's very concerning that we haven't gotten a gameplay trailer.
3 years.
Yes, 3 years. We haven't gotten a gameplay trailer. We haven't got the only looks we've gotten is like LinkedIn headers
banner.
And that a banner and that trailer and that teaser trailer, which was cool. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, 3 years. Let me put it this way: we knew what Suicide Squad was going to be pretty much the year after it was announced.
Like I knew from speaking to the guy who leaked it, right? He said that it was be a Suicide Squad game and there was going to be a Gotham Knights game. No, Daniel, I don't think the Wonder Woman game is not going to be a StarCraft Ghost. I don't think.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
My only concern is if they apply the Western game dev woman filter to Wonder Woman, in particular her jawline.
Well, let me put it to you this way: we do know what Wonder Woman looks like in the game, and it's not that, because they actually showed her face and her whole costume in the trailer. She looks a lot like Gal Gadot. Not that I'm complaining.
Yeah, well, that was 3 years ago. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, exactly. That's the sad part, is that Nick is right. That stuff could change real fast. So
yeah,
like look at what they did to start. Like we had this conversation on Friday Night Frenzy earlier. Like you look at the models for these video game characters, and they're beautiful. Like they're absolutely gorgeous. And then you look at the characters, and it's just like, what the heck? It's Wonder Ma'am.
Exactly. It's Wonder Ma'am.
I've been waiting for these kind of jokes. Not gonna lie.
And again, I would love a Superman game. I really want a good Superman game, and preferably keep out Lois Lane, but that'll probably never happen. I never got what I want in games.
Lois Lane is Superman game.
Ironically, she play or keep her away from Clark. That's all you need. Because ironically, she doesn't play that big of a role in the comics, really.
Jared, how would you feel if it was announced in the Wonder Woman game Superman is going to show up, and then you start to hear rumors that there's a romance between the two?
Or there's a romance option like in Mass Effect. I would go for that.
That would instantly make the game 100 out of 10.
Instantly, I would tweet out, okay, my only romance that I'm going to do in every playthrough I go with this is Superman and Wonder Woman forever. That I am committing to it. Everything else can change in terms of like my costumes and stuff, but this is staying the same.
And
which it could, because they're together in Crisis, so it's not like it couldn't happen.
And then imagine there's a scene where like she's talking to Batman. Batman's trying to hit on her, and she's like, "No, go away."
Yeah, she's like, "Don't be." She actually says, "Don't be a Bruce Timm." No. She goes, "Shouldn't you be with Batgirl?"
Oh, dude,
Jared, too soon.
I'm just saying that'd be funny.
Please
what
don't
say, Teladia?
But I was going to say this, right? The way I feel right now is that we'll give it time, right? We don't know what this case is right now, when it comes down to Warner Brothers games, in terms of what their plan is going forward. Because we know they're doing live service game. We know that, right? That's something. But if you remember a year ago, David Zaslav did say that if there's a Superman movie coming out, that they would explore the Superman world. You remember that from that article, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of matches up to that, right? I can see that being the case. Now, if there is a Superman game coming, it can come out in 2026 just to keep people invested in the Superman movie, right? So people can say, "Oh yeah, there's a Superman game coming out. Oh, why don't we check out the Superman movie?" So people can see that, right? And it's people still exploring that world. If you remember, Hogwarts Legacy came out in 2021, was it?
Hogwarts Legacy 2023.
Yeah, sorry, 2023. And I think it was the year before that, there was the Fantastic Beasts film.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of adds up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus you have to forget Warner Brothers is developing a Harry Potter series for HBO Max that is following the films a lot closer, and J.K. Rowling is involved with that series. Is going to do gangbusters, because here's a dirty little secret the left doesn't want you to know: Harry Potter is still popular. Harry Potter. Oh, okay.
Question.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing.
It's all
you're
good.
doing the left doesn't want you to know.
Yeah. Question: is the Superman game being developed in the Unreal Engine?
I don't know. That's something I don't know. I'm gonna ask around, see if I can find out if it's gonna be an Unreal Engine 5. But
I mean, what else would it be? Like, what engines has Warner Brothers been using? Like, what do they use?
Unreal Engine 4, modified Unreal Engine 4, Unreal Engine 3 modified. So
they're using Unreal Engine. So logic would dictate that they're most likely using UE5.
But it depends on if they are going to go for the Unreal Engine 5, because they could always go
we
back.
don't know. I'm just speculating. That's my most. It's the most probable answer. There's nothing to back it up on other than prior history.
Yeah. Randy says, "You never know. Maybe the Crisis was a testing ground for Superman, Wonder Woman." Yes. There's already an online Superman game made by a fan. Yeah, there is. And let's see what else. Hey, what's up, Legion? How you doing, dude?
People make lots of fan games in Unreal Engine. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's wrap it up. So the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna announce that next week on Comics League and on all of our channels, because we'll be restreaming it, we are going to do a live watch along and discussion of Rebel Moon Part 2: The Scar Giver, where that's going to replace movie night next week. So we're going to watch it. We're going to discuss it afterwards, and we're going to have a ton of fun for that. So I'm going to go around. Teladia, where can one find you, and what have you got coming on your channel?
So on my channel, I will be doing obviously an interview with Jared from Comics League, as we're going to be talking about his channel, talking about his backstory, his origins, and all that good stuff. I will also be doing a Superman video game video, and also be doing a live stream as well, discussing about this and have comments, and you guys interact with me and whatnot. And also, I did a stream with Sil Abdul on his Twitter and Twitch. Make sure you go check that out, as I talked about Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, talked about Marvel Rivals, Marvel 1943. So it's a very fun time. And we'll be doing a collab with JJheat, as we got some Sparking Zero news and Dragon Ball news too. So stay tuned.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. Well, you didn't know I was into Dragon Ball, Max?
No.
Hey, there's a lot of things you don't know about me.
No one knows. So, Nick, where can one find you, and what have you got coming on your channel?
All right, you can find me on X at the Phoenix Press. YouTube just the same. Tomorrow I got my Spider-Man live stream. We're continuing to trying to save New York City, and I gotta put a link in a private chat for I got my comic book is currently in the pre-launch. That's gonna be pretty awesome. So you guys could sign up for that. We'll be going live early next month. It's a pretty good comic to do same so myself. And then yeah, you got the usual comic spots. Also, next Wednesday, me and Jared will be talking with Master of TDS. We'll be going over the bot situation over on Twitter. That is probably going to be a really good stream, and you don't want to miss that. TDS has been doing some great work, and he's been making all the right people mad.
Well, by the way, we do have a confirmation real quick. This is live that Invincible has been renewed for season 3, and the voice acting has already been done.
Woohoo! Yeah, there's been some leaks. There's been some leaks that have come out for season 3, like character sheets. I think I've shared a few of them.
That looks great. So JJheat, where can we find you and what have you got coming out?
You can find me at JJheat75 on Twitter or X, or JJheat Blaze on YouTube. I've been doing some more recent playthroughs, not only with Mass Effect 2, part of the larger trilogy, but also Dragon Age Origins. I might continue Dragon Age 2 as well. Also, I got as for New Direction Verse content, me and Jared will be collaborating on this one. You probably can't see me because of the topic. But as you can see here, it's basically God Killer's perspective from the fallout of God Killer 2.
It's going to be really fun.
Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. So, for Comics League, Britt and I are going to be talking about the JLA book. I think it's called Power and Glory, where Superman fights the god of Krypton, Rao. And we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the rebirth. So there was a rebirth arc of Justice League that was introducing the kids of the Justice League, like Hunter Prince and like all that. That was supposed to be the sequel to this, and Hunter was supposed to be Superman and Wonder Woman's kid. So we're going to be talking about that. In next week's Under Two Capes and commentary, I'm figuring out what we're going to do with that. And again, for movie nights, give me Rebel Moon. So stay heroic.
Before you end, make sure you do Max's outro because you never asked him about the Superman game.
Max, where can we find you, and what have you got coming out on your channel?
Movie Madness and Entertainment on YouTube. Mad Max Movies 1 on X. VHS tapes are what's coming. I'm going to be doing more reviews. Going to try to get back to the theater. Lots of movie and video game content. Lots of live streams. Appreciate you guys hosting the show tonight.
Anytime.
Oh,
and by the way, one more thing I want to announce is that, again, on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Arkham Knight, and the panel will roast me as I attempt to fight both Batman and my urge to strangle him through the screen. So stay heroic, everyone. It's epic. Stay heroic, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Lois Lane sucks. She belongs to General Zod. See you later.